Gamers of all age to the AIMDUELS Series 4, a women's exclusive 1v1 presented to you by GameDuels, and today we'll be watching 4 women go up against each other to be the grand final champion of the women's exclusive 1v1. And what's so special about it is of course the prize pool, and I'm really excited to be here. My name is Elika FTW and I'll be the caster for today. And speaking about women's exclusive 1v1, I should definitely give it up for GD Esports for organizing such a beautiful tournament, and of course with the prize pool of 5,000 rupees, where the first place will be walking away with 4,000 and the second place with 1,000. And of course it's a huge prize pool and we do have a lot of tournaments upcoming, so in order to stay tuned, go ahead, subscribe to GD Esports on YouTube and follow us on our Instagram, and do drop notifications and comments if you want to let us know about any updates that we can do, anything we can improve. And moving forward, today we have 4 players fighting up against for the prize pool of 5,000 rupees. And who are these women? That we will get to know right now. In the first match we have Kiiiriii, who will be going up against Baila. In the second semi-finale we have Rose, who will be going up against Kiiiriii. So these players will have 2 finale players who will eventually play the grand finale and of course be the champion. That is where we're gonna be crowning the queens right here. Kiiiriii, I've watched her play a lot of tournaments, and of course she has been a very active competitive player throughout the multiple FPS titles. We've watched Baila in a lot of tournaments, of course Valorant and other FPS titles, and Rose being here a very experienced FPS title player as well. All of the players I see here are enough experience to be here right now, and a 1v1 is definitely going to be a tricky one for them to pull off. As a team player, yes, they're definitely good, and individually they have to be the best, and we do have few certain rules and regulations in order to move into the 1v1, and those will be, we have the map of Ascent, we have the maps of Ascent, Pine, Breeze, Fracture, Icebox and Pearl initially to begin with. That is our map pool, and the game rules will be the player and can choose any agents and use all the abilities, but the ultimates are not allowed. Well, player should plant the spike only on the selected bomb site, while we will be going ahead and choosing 1 bomb site for each map where they'll be executing the rounds. And you can of course lurk, roam, push, anything is allowed. Each player gets 1 technical timeout with a maximum of 3 minutes per match, and the player to reach the score of 5 first will eventually be the winner, and 4-4 will lead us to the overtime. I'm really excited. It's so surprising to see that, you know, we have a lot of women tournaments coming up nowadays, and in order to just boost the confidence, AIMDUELS brings us to a new tournament by GD Esports. That is of course a 1v1 again with 128 slots. The registrations will be open on 2nd January, so go ahead, make sure you register and give it a try out in a 1v1 Valorant game. And of course you've played in a 5v5, but 1v1 gives out you a very different experience. The tournament dates start from 17th January and will go up to the grand finale, that will be on the 21st January. If I get an opportunity, I will definitely enroll myself in this tournament, and I think you guys should go ahead and do it too. It's open for all. If you're a female gamer, go ahead and do it. If you're a male gamer, go ahead and do it. And if you're someone who's just trying to enter esports and make a name for yourself, this is a very great opportunity for you. Go ahead and do it. And the best part is that we've increased our prize pool from 5,000 rupees to 10,000. Previously we did it for 5,000 rupees and 1v1, but we've added a huge chunk of it, so we will be able to attract more gamers and of course give a platform for all the gamers to showcase their talent. I really should be glad to be a part of this. Yep. And moving forward, it is time for us to begin the tournament. We have the player versus player coming up right ahead. We have to speak about two incredible women who will be starting off the series, Kiiiriii versus Baila. Baila's rank is Ascendant 1 and Kiiiriii is Immortal 2, so that is already a competitive rank difference coming in through. But sometimes rank is not all you need. Experience and your calm composure during the game is what you have to look out. There are multiple factors when it comes down to how good you are at competitive, especially in esports. Now, in order to prove that, we have two women who are going up against each other. And let's quickly jump into the map veto to find out which three maps will these ladies be playing. And I believe that we should at least have one of Ascent. And surprisingly, there's no Ascent, a very default map I was expecting. We've got the first match to be Breeze, and the second to be Icebox, and third to be Bind. Two hugely curated areas, two maps, Breeze and Icebox, one of the largest that I've seen. And Bind, of course, is a very close quarters map, so the strategies will be different, and the way you peek, holding angles, everything matters in these maps. In order to start off the first map, Breeze, which side have these players picked is my surprise, and it's going to be B. And you know, B has entrance towards mids, and we have a CT connected towards it, a window, which will be a great opportunity for these players to stick after post plant. And moving forward, we've got Icebox, and which map have we decided is my question. On which side would it be in Icebox? Because I feel like A and B, both of them are massively open, and in Icebox especially, A bomb side is very suffocated and very small to put out all your strategies, and it is going to be the A bomb side that these players have chosen, where Baila will be starting off in the defense and Kiiiriii will be starting off in the attack. Moving forward, the most close quartered map, and a map where Raze is famous and agents like Cypher can be deadly. Which bomb side do we have? What have these players picked? I feel like it's going to be B bomb side because it's quite open to work with, and you have hookah control. You can easily get down hookah control and long control, and oh, surprisingly, but today my predictions are going on point. It is definitely going to be the map side of B. Okay, I guess we are all set and ready to jump into the game. Let's move ahead to the agent pick. It's going to be Kiiiriii versus Baila, where Kiiiriii will be starting off with the defense in Breeze and attacker side of Baila. And I'm really looking forward to what agents these both players will be picking up, because I've seen Kiiiriii play Jet a lot. I've seen her streaming, and it's quite common for her to pick Jet, but okay, a huge attractive change of decisions over here. Kiiiriii will be going ahead and picking up Cypher, which is of course one of the very dangerous sentinels we've got here. Cypher collects intel, and Cypher is also best for holding off a backside. And talking about Baila, we've got Phoenix coming in from Baila, all those flashes, Molotovs, and I think walls will be coming to her help a lot. Starting off is Cypher. What do we have? Cypher's major ability is a trap wire. That's how you trap enemies. You put it on the corners, and it's easy for you to get the information if that angle has been cleared or not, if the enemy has passed through that angle or not. And Cyber Cage is definitely going to be one of the most advantageous ability that Kiiiriii has. Of course, Cypher has that you can dodge your enemies, or you can even hear the sound once the enemy walks into the cage, if they're inside or outside the cage. It's also great for rotation, or to pass through a player without getting noticed. And Spike Cam, of course, will be the default ability of Cypher. You can pick out the players and put your Cypher cams anywhere throughout the map and get the job done easily. While coming to Phoenix, a duelist, one of the very aggressive agents who has gone through a lot of changes in recent patches and updates. The first ability we have over here is a Blaze Wall, which will of course give you enough space to work with by blocking enemy's vision. Because of course, even if an enemy decides to walk through it, he is going to take that damage. And Curveball being one of the most used abilities of Phoenix, that is the flash coming in through. And we've got Molly, which is quite advantageous for Phoenix because he can heal himself and take the damage of enemy. So if you have any lineups coming in through Baila, good luck with that. last but not least, it's of course the ultimate, which I don't think will be allowed for us to use it in the tournament since it's a 1v1 situation. And I think we're almost all set and ready to jump into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, the first game of the day, semi-finale number 1, going up against Kiiiriii versus Baila, the first women's exclusive 1v1, presented to you by game-duels. Okay, we've got the first round start. Both of the players are, of course, choosing the weapon, of course. It's quite impressive to see. Usually in the pistol rounds, players, try to go for sheriff, which is, again, one huge of our investment. Since it's going to be a 1v1, players have to be really careful about what they're choosing, the kind of abilities that are also equipping. We've got 2 curveballs and a wall coming in from Baila, and I think she's all confident, set and ready to enter the B-bomb side, while Kiiiriii is watching over towards the mid. Her spy cam is over towards the crossing to the bomb side. She's got 2 tripwires, one towards the CD and one on the bomb side. Here comes the wall from Baila. She's trying to slowly enter the bomb side, but she didn't choose to straightly walk into the side. That's a smart move because there was a trap wire over there. She's slowly clearing out the back side. She's got the spike. She's got enough time to get the spike planted down as well. So far she hasn't been spotted out or get trapped in either of the wires. And Kiiriii's spy cam, I don't think it will be working to the favor of her, since Baila is over towards the bomb side. She's trying to get the plant done. Kiiiriii goes from all behind. She rotates. She lurks through Baila. Baila down to 5 HP. Doesn't have any way to heal herself. The Molotov is already done in just 30 seconds. She's trying to get the plant done. There's still a trap wire. Kiiiriii slowly coming out of the cage. Spots Baila out. Gives her damage. Baila down to 5 HP. And no flashes left. She's trying to get the spike done, but it's a fake. And Kiiiriii, will she take it? Yes, she's trying to push up. 10 seconds left on the clock. She's going in for the plant. And Kiiiriii slowly pushing over towards the right side. And Baila, it's going around. Both of the players are playing around each other. And Kiiiriii finally gets that kill. With barely 5 HP, there's nothing much that Baila could have done. Kiiiriii successfully getting the first round in her hands. So with the Cypher, a beautiful usage of the abilities over here from both the players. Baila using her flashes and Molotov, of course, to stop the rush of Kiiiriii. And we have Kiiiriii going up against Baila. It was a very smooth round, if you ask me, and a quick one, of course. Baila took multiple chances to fake the plant. And I think if HP was in her favor, she could have done a much better job and maybe got the round eventually. Both of the players looking quite serious right here. Kiiiriii once again manages to sets up her trap wise. One over towards CT, one over towards the B main, and we've got the spy cam, of course, in the mid. Same setup, I don't see huge changes, but Baila is planning on doing something different right now. She's going to enter from mid, which is quite a smart move, but Kiiiriii already has set up a camera over there, and she also has a trap wire towards mid. But if Baila is planning on doing that, then not really advisable. Kiiiriii, on the other hand, she's going in for the CT push all the way towards the mid, and I think she spots Baila out, and she gets the kill on towards Baila within a matter of seconds. I was so scared. I genuinely was so concerned for Kiiiriii when she opened up the cam, and I'm like, no way Baila is gonna walk into her right the moment she opens up the cam, but nope. Baila did walk in, but Kiiiriii was so fast as fingers. Here comes the game. She takes out the cam, she watches Baila, and a beautiful headshot with Spectre. Baila right now, I think she barely has much FP left, so she's gonna be going in for a Vandal buy for both of them. Last round was definitely a miracle coming in from Kiiiriii. Moving forward, we've got Baila. She's trying to go towards B-man, which is quite not, a best thing to do since there are a lot of trap wires over there. And the second Baila plans to break the trap wire, I think she's gonna be in trouble. And of course, she does break the trap wire, and she's got Kiiiriii's crosshair on her head, but Baila, she's immediately gonna answer her back, get the kill and get the spike planted down. Finally, first round in the series for Baila with the Phoenix. And I think we will be moving down to the fourth round. And I'm quite quite confused about the decision of Baila going in for an operator over here. I mean, it's a 1v1 situation and she's playing a duelist. On top of it, she has to play against a very dangerous sentinel, that is Cypher, who will be carrying out multiple trap wires. So the second she's trapped, and I don't think her operator is going to give her much job to work with. Baila is not going to hit a bomb set, but she's going to smartly play it by moving over towards the window. She's going to take a window peek, gets tagged, and here we are. Kiiiriii knows where exactly Baila is. Baila takes off the spy cam's detection, slowly walking. She's not even shift walking at this point. She's so confident that Kiiiriii won't peek her. She breaks the Cypher trap down, walks into the process of Kiiiriii straight up ahead with an operator in hand, gets taken down by Kiiiriii, and here we are, 3 rounds for Kiiiriii. Only 1 round left for Kiiiriii to hit that match point in the 1v1. And once again, we have Kiiiriii switching the sides over. Well, she'll be taking the spike and she'll be moving forward to the attackers, while Baila attack was definitely not her choice or not her forte, but maybe she can pull off rounds from the defensive side. She has aggressive, of course, aggressive abilities to work with. The Molotov, the hot hands, and the blaze ball coming in through with curveballs and flashes. It's all matter of time until we find out which either of these players will be taking the initiation in the first round of the second half. Kiiiriii now attacking. She hadn't really set up her cam right before, so I think as soon as she enters the bomb set, the first thing she'll be paying attention to is fixing the cam up. And Baila, she has changed. Kiiiriii set up the trapper a little higher, and Baila manages to crouch through that and walks into the main, takes Kiiiriii down. A beautiful play coming in from Baila over there. I mean, if she decided to, break the trap, her position would have been revealed, and Kiiiriii definitely would have looked behind. But Kiiiriii, she has done a huge mistake by not checking the height of the trap, which will give a chance for Baila to quickly get a round back. 2 rounds for Baila and 3 for Kiiiriii, and Kiiiriii is still 1 round away from hitting the match point. Well, Baila, on the other hand, if she goes ahead for 3 rounds, it will be a even-Stevens colon coming in for both of them. Baila playing it smart. Kiiiriii, although she set up a cam, it's going to be a huge problem. Baila flashes, pushes out. It's going to fall back into the bomb side. And Kiiiriii, slow and steady wins the race. She is clearing out every angle and every corner before she enters the bomb site, and Baila looking out for mid push and the main push. I think Kiiiriii has an idea that Baila probably might be pushing from mid, and yes, Baila should be looking out for trips, and she definitely does, but Kiiiriii doesn't have any idea that it's going to be Baila coming in from the backstab. Kiiiriii,
going up.
She forgot to set a trap to her backstab, and that is what is going to be an advantage for Baila, walking straight up into the main, taking Kiiiriii down. 3-3 is the scoreline, and right now it's a fight for the match point between both these players. And if you ask me, honestly, Baila is doing a great job as well from the defensive side, and Kiiiriii, her attacking so far has been very, very passive. I think Kiiiriii has to think twice before she puts up a trap wire. But most importantly, she has to go for the aggressive plays. She's got the aim and she's got the confidence to do it. All she has to do is just take the spike, walk into the bomb site, clear out each and every angle, and get the kill. Baila slowly walking up towards the A main. If she decides to put the flash in the A main and then pick, it can be a huge win for Baila. Kiiiriii slowly trying to make her way over towards the bomb side. Baila is gonna go fall back into the backside. Kiiiriii, who has already reached with Baila's flash coming through, is just getting inside. Yes, Baila flashes. She manages to do it, but she's gonna fall back since Kiiiriii is not gonna fall for Baila's tactics, and she manages to find Baila, takes it down. 4 rounds and the match point in the hands of Kiiiriii. A very smart play and a weapon play coming in from Kiiiriii. I think Baila got both of the flashes right, but the position of Kiiirii's was different, definitely. She's very smart. She's managed to put down the cage and dodge both of the flashes, even though she got, blocked the first time. I think Baila should have gone for a wide peek and got the kill right there. But eventually, we've reached to the match point where Kiiiriii right now is in the lead and looks like she's going to be pushing in from mid, and so is Baila. It's going to be a straight up head-to-head fight, I believe, from both of them. But Kiiiriii, she has given away the sound, and Baila is so active right now. Kiiiriii has to clear her position clearly, but she doesn't, unfortunately. And here we are, Baila taking that opportunity away into her advantage and bringing it down to the sudden death. And that is an overtime series where both of the players have to play one round. And who reaches 5 will become the winner. It's a very important round for both of the players, and both of them have been doing so far very well. Kiiiriii started off with a great advantage, 2 rounds in her favor, while Baila, I think she picked her pace up in the defense side through the second half. And second half has been working very well for Baila. All she has to do is now hold on to the bomb side with patience. As soon as she hears the spike getting planted down, that's when I think she should take a peek or go for a wide fight. Well, on the other hand, it's going to be a straight head-to-head fight. Baila, she's managing to put down a flash, but nope, she instead goes for the fight. Now Kiiriii's position has been revealed away, and so is Baila's. But Kiiiriii patiently waiting. She's a trap wire. She's expecting Baila to push through mid, which is what exactly Baila is doing. Baila slowly approaching towards mid, but nope, takes a turn back just to check on to the B main. Kiiiriii and Baila. Kiiiriii is trying to push through mid, and the second Baila turns away, it's going to be a close fight, and of course it's going to be Baila who will take the victory away. The first game, that is the map of Breeze, going into the favor of Baila. It was a quite close game for both of the players, and Kiiiriii, I thought she was going to get to the last moment, and she definitely did, but Baila took it away. Baila got the advantage. Baila got the spray through the wall, and she managed to win the entire game. Initially, I thought Kiiiriii was so smart, and of course, her defense setup as a sentinel worked out very well for her. She got 3 rounds back to back. But Baila, on the other hand, she lost multiple rounds in the first half when she was attacking initially. But when she moved to the defense side, she eventually bought the play of Kiiiriii. Let's have a look at a recap of what happened in the first game. Where was exactly the position where Kiiiriii started losing the advantage in the game? First round with a beautiful and a small play, Kiiiriii takes away the first round, and of course the second round with beautiful immediate reflexes, I should say, coming in from her. And on the third, we of course had Kiiiriii take up with a round where Baila straight up and walked, and this round was the most marvelous one where she ducked down the trap wire and she moved to Kiiiriii and she got the pick. And I think Kiiiriii was way too focused on the traps and the setup rather than just playing the basic 1v1 game, and either of the players weren't focusing on getting the spike plant, but both of them were going up and down throughout the game. And this game was full of surprises for both of the players, and I believe that Baila has eventually found out an advantage and got the first map in her hands. Let's go ahead and see what happens in the second and third game, but before that I'll be taking a short break and we'll meet you right back here. welcome once again to the Gamers of All Age to the 1v1 exclusive AIMDUELS Series 4 presented to you by GD Esports, and currently we just finished the first map where Kiiiriii went up against Baila and Baila fought for the victory in the map of Breeze. And moving forward, I think we'll be going into the map window once again just to check which map do we have coming up next, and I believe that is going to be the map of Icebox, and the site is going to be A. So far, I think for Baila, odds are with her since she's choosing very aggressive agents like Duelist, and of course Phoenix coming into the play, one of the most damaging agent in the Duelist lineup we have in Valorant. And moving forward, the second match of the day is going to happen. The second map of the day is going to happen in Icebox, and the site is going to be A. And you know, in a map like Icebox, I mean, of course, there's a lot of space to work with, and I think Raze would be really smart to satchel and, you know, to get the entry, to put down the needs, and I think she can cover as much as area as possible. And especially in A-bomb side, I think it's a very narrow and suffocated space where you can use Molotovs and abilities which create a lot of damage for the enemy. In this map, Baila will be starting off at the defenders and Kiiiriii will be starting of the attackers. There's a lot we could talk about in a map like Icebox. Initially, when it came out, there were a lot of changes that were to be made, which were updated in the recent patches. Of course, the yellows and the oranges, and both of these updates have given up a massive addition of players choosing, of course, Icebox map, and it is also known to be one of the most played maps in the competitive Valorant map pool as well. And Icebox is quite refreshing for agents like Jet and Raze, where there's a lot of space they can work with. And again, coming back to initiation, agents like KO and Sova, they are a blessing in a map like this. So let's go without any delay. I think we'll go ahead and start the match with the agent pick. Baila versus Kiiiriii. Kiiiriii went for a very defensive and a passive play of Cypher last time, but what will she choose this time is my question. While Baila, on the other hand, starting off with the defensive side, I think she will also go for a central pick, but nope, she's smart, and I think my predictions are about to come true as she picked the agent of Raze. And as I told you, Raze, one of the most aggressive agents with satchels, easy to work with, and her grenade does a lot of damage. Satchels lets her move easily, so this is a massive advantage. And coming from the side of Kiiiriii, I'm still waiting on what agent she would be choosing. She could either go for Jet, or she could go for something like KJ, which will give her an advantage. But nope, Kiiiriii goes ahead and chooses the most informated player, that is Sova, who she's gonna be picking up. I mean, Sova's abilities are, of course, outstanding, beginning with the drone, where she can clear out the areas without her pushing. She can also attack the enemies, and she has shock darts, which again create a huge amount of damage to the enemies. There are a lot of lineups, and I think in A-bomb side, it's quite easy for Kiiiriii to perform the post-plant scenario lineups. And the most basic, and of course by default, the ability of Sova is gonna be the recon bolt, which adds up to a lot of advantage. All she has to do to put a recon at the map side and get all the intel from throughout the map. And when it comes down to the side of Raze, she is, of course, one of the best duelists with grenades, satchels, and I think this is what makes the Raze one of the best agents, the damaging ability. And we have also got Boombot, which you can clear out angles without pushing. Again, Sova, drone, Raze, Boombot. It's just that with Sova you can spot out which enemy and you can get into which agent is that enemy playing. But from Raze, it can do a lot of damage. It can also go run through the direction of the enemy. We've got Blastback, which help you with the movement, and Paint Shell, which is again the default ability for Raze, which is also a huge damaging ability, especially when it's a 1v1 situation like this. And Baila already has the advantage, so picking up a duelist to the second time is a very smart move. It also makes me feel like Baila is one of those aggressive players who chooses aggression over towards the game, and I think that's what's been working so far very well for her. Her aim is good, and by playing duelist, I think she's just adding up advantage to her game in the 1v1 exclusive series. While Kiiiriii, on the other hand, she's going up for more of intel operated players, where she collects the information and then she tries to go ahead for the push, which is also a smart way to put down the round. Without any delay, let's get into the second map of the first semi-finale. Well, now Kiiiriii, with the experience she's got as Sova, I think she should be able to perform very well. But again, there is absolutely less time for her to cover with. And if she goes up for something like droning and recon and, shock dart lineups, it's gonna take too much of her time, which will give enough time for Baila to push down and get the pick done. Baila, on the other hand, without any hesitant, she's gonna be pushing towards mid. She puts a boom bot in the mid and is gonna come back to the screens, while Kiiiriii, on the other hand, is gonna drone to the A-bomb side. Baila, a very smart player, she's gonna go up at rafters. She has a grenade and ghost in her hand, while Kiiiriii is trying to make her way to the bomb side. She's gonna run, she's getting the spike planted down, but she's smart enough. She puts down a nade, but she has no clue where Kiiiriii is, and so does Kiiiriii. She has no clue, and she's gonna get spotted out, and Baila will take Kiiiriii down. Kiiiriii did not check screens before she pushed out to the bomb site or was waiting for Baila to walk into the crosshairs. But Baila, a very smart player. She put down the nade. Actually, she was not expecting Kiiiriii, but the moment she turned left to check backside is where she found Kiiiriii. Kiiiriii, not really a great start. She has a good aim, but all she has to focus right now is on the type of setups and plays she's going in for. Let's have a look at the second round, and I feel like Baila this time is going to go for an aggressive push towards the ropes. And of course, she took the ropes, but there comes the recon, and I think it's going to reveal the position of Baila. Kiiiriii putting out a shock dart, a very smart move. Another shock dart comes in, but unfortunately doesn't land on towards Baila. Baila puts a boom bot. She reveals a position over towards screens, but her grenade doesn't do any damage to Kiiiriii. Kiiiriii goes for a fake plant, is going to slowly move to the screen. Baila with the satchel on the other hand. She's trying to bait Kiiiriii. She's gonna go down the rope, and she definitely did, and Baila did not notice that. She's pushing through screens right now. Kiiiriii clearly checked the entire bomb set. Now all she can expect is through screens or maybe through CT. Baila doesn't get spotted out towards screen. The recon does not let her, and as soon as Kiiiriii goes for a wide pick, Baila will immediately answer her back. All Baila has to do right now is be very careful. Baila, she has used the ropes, and Kiiiriii is trying to go back with her. Both of them going ring around the roses, and she drops down. Baila gives the sound away. She's already got the spike diffused halfway. She's looking out for Kiiiriii, and she knows where exactly Kiiiriii is coming from. The spike is already diffused. She goes for a tab, and of course, she goes for the wide peak against Kiiiriii. She will take her down and get the second round on board for herself as well. Now, this is what I tell. This is what I meant when I was saying that, ability usage matters the most. And I think the way Kiiiriii is doing it is very smart, but unfortunately, she's not trusting her instincts. But for a player like Kiiiriii, with all the experience she has, she should go for her instinct plays. Her aim is very well. Put a recon, push to the bomb side. If you think that there is an enemy in one of the corners, put a shock dart or else just drone it. I think this will make the job easier for Kiiiriii to get these rounds. While Baila, on the other hand, she's chilling. She knows what kind of mistakes that Kiiiriii is doing, and she's trying to cover most of it all. Baila has pushed through mid. She's got the control of the tubes, and now she's going in for a backstab. On the other hand, Kiiiriii has already reached down to the bomb site. Her drone fails to spot anyone, so Kiiiriii is gonna run to the backside, go to the ropes, and get the spike planted down, while Baila is going in for the backstab. Well, Kiiiriii certainly has an idea where Baila might be coming in from, and she takes out the Vandal, but Kiiiriii will put Baila back to her coffin by opening up a phantom and finally gets the first round of the game. An incredible job coming in from Kiiiriii. This is what I meant. She didn't think much. She took her drone. She droned the place, then she moved to the bomb site, checks backside, immediately gets a plant, and she's going back to watch her post-plant position. And that is a smart way of putting it as well. And this is going to be the last round, I think, before the side swap come in for Kiiiriii and Baila. Well, attacking must be tough for Kiiiriii, but I think defending is an easy cakewalk coming in for Baila since she's playing race. She can easily distract Kiiiriii by putting a grenade and damage her through boom bots, and of course change the movement by satchels. Kiiiriii is trying to make a different play over here. She has a phantom in her hand, is slowly trying to push through screens, and Baila, she has absolutely no idea that Kiiiriii has already pushed up way towards of CT, but Kiiiriii is not going in for the screen play. She's smart, she's going in for rafters, but Baila, is she gonna predict that? I think Baila has predicted Kiiiriii over there. She spots her out, but Kiiiriii is gonna go for a drone play, which is a bad one because Baila has a grenade, which she definitely uses to a good use. Kiiiriii down to low HP, and here comes the boom bot, very close. Kiiiriii gets saved, breaks the boom bot, and now Kiiiriii is trying to push towards the screens. Baila playing it calm and composure. Spike gets a spike, and Kiiiriii goes on top of the ropes, which is going to be a very smart play coming in from her. She gets down as well. She knows where exactly Baila is standing, and she will take her down. 2-2 is the scoreline. The match is going very intense and close between both of these players. Kiiiriii manages to get that round and the revenge back against Baila, but the question is, can she get the game? Will she pull off the game by herself in a 1v1? Well, Baila, who already has a map advantage on her plate, it's going to be an easy deal. Even though if she loses this map, she still has a good chance to do comeback in the map of Bind. It's a best of 3 series, 2 semi-finales. Time is what's going to tell us the victory and the queens of the series. Well, this is a match for the grand finale, and ladies and gentlemen, if you're here for the first time, let me reintroduce you. You're watching the AIMDUELS series for a 1v1's women's exclusive, where 4 players are fighting out to reach to the finals and eventually to win the tournament for a prize pool of 5,000 rupees. And before I could finish my sentence, Baila pushes through mid and gets the kill against Kiiiriii, making it for her 3rd round in the map right now. Well, all she needs is just one more round to secure the match point. And Kiiiriii, she's showing a lot of mistakes. She's already let one map go away from her hands. She cannot afford to lose another one. If she loses this game, and I think that's all done and dusted, Baila will walk into the finales of the AIMDUELS Series 4. Well, on the other hand, if Kiiiriii can win this, she has the ability to stop Baila from going to the finals. They'll go to the decided map, which is the Bind. Baila gets spotted out. She is revealed. She puts out a boom bot, and Kiiiriii, on the other hand, is trying to make a different play. She goes back, falls back all the way to the screens and eventually to the mid. While Baila, she's confident about her play, so she's going in for a spike plant straight up ahead. Kiiiriii for the backstab. Baila will have to clear angles. Kiiiriii pushing towards the A main, clearing out every angle smoothly. Baila's most of her concentration is over towards screens. If Kiiiriii puts down the recon, then it's going to be really hard for Baila to switch our position away. Baila. Oh my god, Kiiiriii is going to straight up walk into the crosses of Baila. Baila watches the foot of Kiiiriii and gets that kill. 4 rounds for Baila with the match point in her hands. What an amazing game. I think Kiiiriii should have taken a peek towards the backside before she, tried to take the ropes. And I think that 1 pixel, visibility of Kiiriii's leg gave an opportunity for Baila to go ahead and push and get that victory. And of course, she definitely did. This is going to be a match point coming in for Baila and a map point. If she wins this round, then she's going to go to the grand finale. Well, Kiiiriii, if she gets this round, maybe she gets to put out an overtime and eventually maybe the third map. That is fine. And most importantly, it's a fight between Phantom versus Vandal, where Baila prefers Vandal and Kiiiriii somehow prefers the Phantom. Oh, actually, Baila also prefers Phantom. Both of the players. It's got to be a Phantom fight coming through. It's going to be exciting to watch both the players. Kiiiriii has a crosses set. Willa finds Kiiiriii out. He's going to put down the grenade. Kiiiriii, before she takes any damage, she's going to go back. She dinged Baila to very low HP. She's going to put that shock dart. But will that hit Baila? Unfortunately, though, another shock dart coming in from Kiiiriii does not work. She's gonna get the spike planted down. She doesn't get spotted out. She immediately bounces back away to the main. Now Kiiiriii, she has enough time to get the bomb defusal, but what she doesn't have time for is to reveal the position of Baila. Baila with only 10 HP in her hand. She's gonna wait. Well, Kiiiriii on the other hand goes for the tap. And she's gonna fake it. Well, Baila is just waiting. But unfortunately, she walks into the crosshair right in the time for Kiiiriii. And here we are, Kiiiriii making a comeback happen. She's gonna snatch that round away from Baila, putting it out to a 4-3. A very smart play, by the way. The way how Kiiiriii performed was she puts down 2 shock darts, does the most of the damage. Already Baila is dinged. She got a headshot, but she had the armor, so luckily she survived. That's how she got the plant and she falls back. But Kiiiriii puts out a recon. And it scans absolutely none players on the bomb side. And she was confident, so she had every moment to go to the backside, take a sweet time to get the plant, to get the defusal done, and of course she did. Baila, I think she got spotted out over towards the main, or maybe not, because Kiiiriii is holding on towards the mid right now. A bad recon coming in from Kiiiriii. It does not reveal the position of Baila away, but Baila is gonna push through the A bomb set. She has no idea where Kiiiriii is. I think she's just spotted her out. Kiiiriii is still on top of the box. She sees her. She falls down. And Baila is gonna patiently wait for Kiiiriii to show up her position. While she takes the plant, Kiiiriii takes the boom bot down. Baila spots Kiiiriii out. She puts down the grenade and she's gonna wide peek. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Baila taking the victory away in the second map as well. That is the map of Icebox. What a game coming in from Baila. A lot of smart plays have been put into use. She's been constantly jobating Kiiiriii with her abilities, with her angles, and with the places and areas she chose to push in. Great job coming in from Baila and of course Kiiiriii. Maybe Kiiiriii could have made it to an overtime, and I think she was very close to be making that push for Baila. But unfortunately, the grenade and the boom bot, it absolutely left no space for Kiiiriii to work with, which she had to push and she had to play out of her aim, which gave opportunity for Baila to take her down, and she definitely did. Let's go ahead and look and take a quick recap of how the game went, and let's see where Kiiiriii absolutely lost her hand in the game. And I think it all started in the first round, of course, where it was an aggressive round for Baila coming in through. While she took the first round away into the hands with the lurk coming in. I think, 1v1s like this gets more exciting when you have the freedom to, lurk, roam, and even plant the spike and fake it. So there are a lot of ways how a 1v1 can be executed. And I think the way that Baila has been choosing back-to-back, it was very smart. She's gone for lurks most of the time and it has worked in a way. And this was one of the rounds where I thought Kiiiriii would have actually started getting the advantage, but unfortunately she didn't notice Baila in the backside. And of course she's got her smart place on the hands as well. This was the last round how Baila brought out the victory from Kiiiriii by leaving her no space to work with. Congratulations to Baila being on the winner of the first semi-finale, where she'll be the first player to going to the grand finale. On the other hand, we have 2 more players waiting for us for the second semi-finale of the day. But before we jump into the second semi-finale, I'm gonna take a break and we'll meet you right back here. Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the AIMDUELS Series 4, a women's exclusive 1v1 Valorant tournament presented to you by GD Esports, and I'm your caster Elika FTW. And we just came back after a short break from the first semi-finale. Well, first semi-finale was full of surprises where Baila took away the victory from Kiiirii's hands with a 2-0 scoreline in her hands. Both the maps went in her favor. Now, moving forward, we'll be going into the second semi-finale of the day, which is quite exciting for me to be here because I expected a very close fight, and yes, we had a very close fight, but a lot of surprises coming along the way, with both the players having to choose different agents or different ways of showing their looks and game styles, and a lot to take in consideration. And a 1v1, of course, it gets more tougher since there's only one brain working towards getting the round, getting the plant, and getting the defuse done. And we just got done with the first semi-finale. Let's go ahead and jump into the second semi-finale and look out the players that will be facing each other. And I believe that both of these players are quite experienced to be here right now. We've got Rose, the Immortal 2 player, and OG Chiviwu, if I'm not wrong, to be the Gold 1. Well, it's a huge skill gap in terms of ranks between both the players, but again, as I told you, rank really doesn't matter. We've seen in the last match, Kiiiriii was Immortal 2 and we had Baila to be Ascendant 2, but the game went into the favor of Baila as she was smarter and way faster compared to Kiiiriii. Kiiiriii, she was very good with her setups and she was very good with her aim, but she wasn't looking throughout her backstab, and Baila took advantage of it. And moving forward right now, Rose, not just a Valorant but a professional player for multiple FPS titles, and OG Chiviwu, who is out to be a very new and upcoming player in the Valorant esports community. And of course, now that we have a platform for females to showcase their talent, it's going to be a great opportunity for her to play against Rose. And it's all that time, it's only the game which is going to tell us which of these players are better. Let's quickly jump to the map veto and find out which is going to be the maps that we are going to be playing today in the semi-finale too. Well, it's going to be Pearl, Ascent, and Breeze. Oh, once again, we see a Breeze pick coming in, but it's going to be Decider. It's only going to happen if both of the players are going to take one of each map in the first two maps. That's Pearl and Ascent. Now, Pearl, a recently added addition to the Valorant map pool. It's one of the most aggressive and a very confusing map if you ask me. Players are still trying to adapt to it, and a 1v1 is going to be quite fun to watch. Which side? Now that plays a huge role in the map of Pearl. Now Pearl has two sides, B and A. B is a little favored to be open, and I think it's also one of the open rounds and like an open map to also fight or be an attacker. Well, post plant is going to be a very difficult situation for you. And moving forward to Ascent, we've got A and B. B where backside plays a huge role, and A where Heaven takes up most of the job. And which side is it in Ascent? That's going to be a side of A, where we have Short, we've got Garden, we've got Heavens, we've got Under Heavens, and a lot of angles to cover down. It's going to be a really great match to watch on the bomb side A. And moving forward, last but not least, the map of Breeze, which was the starting map for us for the day. And I believe that in Breeze we've seen B bomb site, and of course we will be getting the opportunity to see the A bomb site as well. Now with a lot of positions to hide, I think it's going to be making the A bomb site easier for both of the players. But now that we'll only find out when we move to the game. And most importantly, before we jump into the game, I think the agents what these players play, now that the abilities usage is open in a 1v1, it's just not about aim. It's also about the kind of efforts and the timing that you're using your abilities into, because you have a limited amount of time. Rose going for a very smart pick, choosing Sage. She can put a wall and close one side of the bomb site completely, spike site, and on the other hand we have OG Chiviwu taking away Fade. Now what is special with Fade? Of course, the intel, the recon, the seekers, everything's going to be in favor. And Rose, with that wall, she can do wonders. She can completely block off an angle with slow up. She can make the movement of OG2 slow, and healing, she can heal herself, which is going to be a great advantage for her. So HP is not an issue. All she has to do is stop OG2 from getting the plant done. Well, on the other hand, OG2 choosing the agent of fate. Now I am definitely questioning that, but the recon of OG2 definitely takes up a huge advantage, and we've also got the prowler and the seize. Now seize, that makes your opponent invulnerable and also drags them into an area which gives you a chance to easily peek out and kill your enemies. So two different agents, one initiator and one sentinel. It's giving me deja vu vibes from the first semi-finale, but I think we are all set and ready to go into the game of the Pearl, where it's going to be the B bomb side first. Oh, by the way, it's OG Chimmi. I just found out. Oh, there is up to so much creativity for all the gamers to put out such unique names when it comes down to being a gamer. A lot of advantages, of course. You get to make a lot of friends and a lot of platforms where you can put out your talents. Right now, it's AIMDUELS series for giving out an opportunity for all the female gamers out there to present their skills, and we are down to the top 4 female gamers, where one match has already been done and dusted, and we are looking forward for another one. OG Chimmi trying to slowly go for a B main peak. Rose spots her out. She has got a ghoster and she's just gonna wall her off, and it's gonna take the time away of OG Chimmi. Well, OG Chimmi on the other hand, I think she's not going to be breaking the wall. Instead, she's trying to find any information or footsteps. Both the players on either sides of the walls, but Rosie was trying to get through the wall, but unfortunately she couldn't. A very smart recon coming through the way. Rose breaks the recon, a prowler comes through, and Chimmi, I think she's on her word to be pushing to the other side of the wall. She gets spotted out, and Rose is getting pulled out to up to an enormous extent. Another polar coming in through. Great ability usage coming in from Chimmi, but Rose has to be really careful. She spots her out, and of course she's down to 19 HP. She has to go back her and heal herself. 14 seconds on the clock, and OG Chimmi
10 seconds
has
left.
to go for the plant. She goes for a fake plant, and she's going to be coming over towards the close. 4 seconds on the clock. She's going to take a wide pick. Who is going to get the round? And of course it's going to be Rose with absolutely less efforts. All she did was bait Chimmi and her time. She played it out very smartly. She didn't go in for unnecessary fights. Instead, what she did was she healed herself, she held back, and she was just waiting Chimmi to go for the plant. Chimmi took a first fake plant. Smart, impressive. Then she repositioned herself. She went for the second fake plant. But by the time she did that, the time was already too late for Chimmi to go for the plant, and she was too low to go for the fight as well. Another round begins, a 1v1. Chimmi has a Spectre in her hand. She's slowly trying to peek out. Once again, a ball comes in from the hands of Rose. This time, Chimmi is trying to break it from a distance, and she's very serious about it. She has got all her abilities, and Rose, she's just patiently waiting for Chimmi on the other side of the wall. The slow up comes in through. Chimmi gets slowed. She has to perform an ability right now. It can either be a bowler or a recon, and of course she puts the recon, but Rose is going to immediately take her down. But a prowler coming in through. She knows where exactly Rose is right now. She is slowed down, and Rose is waiting for her to push, and she definitely does. Rose gets another kill, and that's second round on board for Rose. Rose is absolutely doing amazing in terms of her ability usage. When Chimmi is trying to make that entry over towards the bomb side, she's just walling her off, and she's waiting Chimmi to break the wall, and once she does, she's taking peeks. She's using her slopes into the position, while Chimmi, her ability usage of course is great, but it's not buying her rounds. She has to take the gunfights seriously right now. But with an HP advantage coming in from Rose, where she can heal herself, it is still gonna make Chimmi's life a little hard in this game, especially in a 1v1 series. Chimmi going in for smart plays. She's trying to push towards mid, and I think Rose has a clear idea, and she's gonna come here and wall. Oh my god. A huge, unexpected move over there. So there are only two ways that Chimmi can make into this round, that is either through the B main or towards the heavens or CT. But Rose, she's smart. She's gonna go back and hide in a corner where she walled herself, and I don't think Chimmi will expect her position to be there. Chimmi playing it slowly. She's going to walk up towards heaven.
30 seconds left.
A recon comes through. Her position has been revealed away, and the wall is also broken. Her prowler doesn't spot anyone out. She also throws down the creep, but she gets trapped over here. Down to 13 seconds on the clock. Absolutely no time left for Chimmi to perform. Rose gets prowled, but she's confident enough to take the fight, and she will take it once again. Chimmi with absolutely no time left. She either had to go for the spike plant or take a wide peek, and she chooses to take the wide peek, but Rose and her sharp aim is gonna put an end to Chimmi's play. 3 rounds for Rose, back to back. Now this is going to be the last round before the side swap comes in for both the players, and also a round where Rose can get the match point. If Chimmi doesn't get this round, then Rose goes for a match point, which means she already has a huge advantage in the first map. A default push coming in from Chimmi, I believe, but she has a Vandal in her hand. All she has to do is take the perfect aim fight. Rose does not want to take the risk, so she's gonna put up the wall even before she spots Chimmi out. Chimmy's, I believe, like at this point, like she's pissed off. Damn, 3 rounds back to back, the same strategy. She keeps getting walled, and Rose is smart enough to keep that wall going in her favor back to back. Well, a recon comes through, and Chimmi, too late. She gets spotted out. Rose has a position advantage over towards heaven. She puts the seek, but I don't think it went right to the place. Rose still over towards heaven. 25 seconds on the clock. Chimmi has to go for the plant. She puts down the prowler. She takes the position of Rose. Another prowler coming into the play. She goes over towards there also. Rose smartly holding off the position, while Chimmi is waiting for Rose to push. And the second Rose push, Chimmi is gonna white pick her. 6 seconds on the clock. She's going in for the plant, and yes, she definitely does. Nope, she doesn't. She instead goes the decision to peek. At 1 second, I thought Chimmi was gonna get the spike planted down. Maybe then she had quite enough time to take the fight against Rose. But Rose was also not waiting. She immediately went for a wide peek. And of course, the shots connect, and she's here to the match point. The sides are swapped though. Chimmi, she's gonna be starting with the frenzy. Okay, now that's a smart pick coming in when she's playing at the defender's side. But up to what extent can she perform her abilities and still win the round is my question. Rose, on the other hand, she's been having a sweet time so far, so well in the game. Defense side was completely her favor, and I think she can easily get a plant through as well. Rose with heavy aggression, she's approaching over towards the B-bomb site. She fears absolutely nothing. Rose clearing out and checking each and every angle, but OG Chimmi, she scares none. She's gonna take a wide peek. Rose down to 21 HP, and Chimmi has a great advantage of the HP. Rose still healing. She's trying to get some picks through the wall over there. All the abilities of Chimmi are finished right now. It's just aim fight that is left. 43 seconds on the clock. The ball is already being used, so Rose has to go for the aim fight. And she is definitely gonna do that, but OG Chimmi is gonna answer her back, gets the first round on board successfully with her frenzy on the hand. Even though it was a slow and steady game, it managed to be in the favor for Chimmi. And I think Rose had a better HP, but Chimmi had a frenzy. So at least 3 bullets connected onto Rose's body. And there you go, Rose goes down. But Rose is still up towards with the match point in her hand. And Chimmi on the other hand, with just 1 round, she has to get 3 more rounds to make that comeback happen against Rose. And I believe that Rose is just waiting for the perfect opportunity to get into an aim fight. Well, both the players' position are revealed. Chimmi on the other hand, she knows where exactly Rose is. A recon comes through. Meanwhile, when Rose breaks the recon, a prowler has been sent. The prowler has been taken down too. Rose is getting pulled right now, and Chimmi is about to prowl. But Rose, she's gonna go for that wide peak. She doesn't care about anything, and she's gonna get that victory against Chimmi. What a beautiful game coming in from Rose. At 1 second, I thought it was almost one-sided. And of course, it turned out to be, since Rose was so confident with her plays, she was confident with where she was using her abilities, she was very confident with the kind of peaks she has to be taking. But Chimmi, she always has given a second thought. I think if Chimmi immediately went out for a wide peak, I think it could have been in her advantage. But she did not give up without giving a fight. She definitely gave a fight with 1 round, but that's not enough for her to win the first map. Let's go ahead, jump into the recap and see how exactly Rose played out her abilities and how smartly she played out the game. Starting off with Rose in the first round, it was a complete aim fight, and I think Chimmi, the biggest disadvantage that Chimmi had was that time specter in her hand. Now, time is very important in the game, and I believe like, you know, it's the third defender after you, like, you know, the person playing and of course her teammates. But right now, since it's a 1v1 situation, she had to absolutely calculate her plays. She did for 1 round, she got the round, but unfortunately Rose went for the kill, Rose went for the fight, and she managed to get that in her hands. And I should say, Rose very smart with her Sage plays, and when it came down to Chimmi, she did do her best. I mean, she had an initiator in her hand. Well, we still have 2 more maps to go. If Chimmi gets the next map, there's a good chance we might go to the Deciders map. But to find out that, we need to jump to the second game. But before that, I'm going to take a short break and meet you guys right back here. a short break, we're quickly back in the action after the first map which happened in Pearl, where Rose completely took the victory away from the hands of Chimmi, and this second map is going to be a situation and an opportunity for Chimmi to actually make it to the Deciders map, or to move forward into the grand finale. But this is a very huge opportunity for her to make it happen. Let's have a quick look at the map veto and see what are the other two maps we have set for the semi-finale number 2. I believe that the second map was somewhat chosen around in a very basic default map, that is the map of Ascent, of course, and the spike site of A we've got here. The first map, although, went into a one-sided game where Rose got the victory against OG Chimmi. 5-1 was the score. In order to Chimmi to make the comeback happen, she has to be really careful when playing against Rose in Ascent, especially A side. And I believe Rose is known for her clutches towards the CS towards the community of esports, and I think she's ready for this map. And so is Chimmi, and so am I, especially. And I think we will go down to the agent select shortly, but before that, if you ask me, with the kind of game style that I've seen Rose and Chimmi play, Chimmi should definitely go for something like Race, since A side is very small and it's easy for Chimmi to put down her grenades, clear out angles like under heaven, or stop the push from short. But for Rose, Sage would be a perfect play. All she has to do is wall A main or A shot. She can, half her work is already done and dusted for Rose. Well, surprisingly, if both of these players are going to choose something out of the box, like someone like KO or someone like Jet for perhaps, then there could be huge changes in the game style. Well, as we move forward to the agent pick, we have Rose over here. Both of the players are taking a lot of time to decide, but I think it's probably going to be a Sentinel and Initiator. But Rose, she goes for a damaging Sentinel. That is Killjoy coming into the play, ladies and gentlemen, with her turrets, alarm bots, and nanostorm grenades. I think she's going to make the job easy for herself. Well, Chimmi, on the other hand, she has no idea what Rose has taken. I mean, at least right now, she has to go for a very smart pick. If she also picks up a KJ, it's got to be a KJ versus KJ. But I don't think so. Chimmi, since she was playing Initiator, she would be comfortable going in for something like Initiator, or she can go completely rogue by choosing Phoenix or like Raze, something like that. Killjoy, well, one of the most best agents, especially in a map like Ascent. I believe you have turret positions at different places, on heaven, under heaven, on bomb side, towards the entry of the game. It just makes your job very easy. And we've got Chimmi to pick up Sova. Now that is a turning point. Now that is something that I haven't expected personally coming in from Chimmi. Well, that is definitely going to give up to her advantage. It also depends quite much on how she uses her abilities. Well, Killjoy is of course in a great advantage right now because Rose is starting off with the defense and she has a Sentinel in her hand, so it just makes the job easier. We've got Nano Swarm grenades which deal a lot of HP and damage to Chimmi, the opponents. We've got Alarm Bot who can trigger as soon as the enemy walks through it and also makes them vulnerable. We've also got Turret for great damage. From Chimmi's side, we've got Drone, Shock Dart and Recon. Of course, Recon's gonna help you clear the site and Shock Dart is gonna give your enemies damage. And since Chimmi is already starting off the attacking side, it makes sense for her to pick up Sova because she can get the plant, and if she has any lineups, she can come back to the spawn and all she has to do is play off with the lineups. And we've got the Owl Drone which is gonna clear out positions, tag the enemies as well. So it's an equal fair win-win game coming in from Rose and Chimmi. So without any delay, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump to the second map of the second semi-finale of the women's exclusive 1v1 AIMDUELS Series 4, brought to you by GD Esports. Rose starting off with the setup already. Well, Chimmi on the other hand is just gonna wait to throw the recon down to the bomb site. I really want to see how Rose sets herself up. And I think it's a very clear setup coming in through. Okay, that was a failed recon coming in from Chimmi. Start of the round and she's already finding trouble. Well, Rose exactly knows how to get the round. So she's gonna be playing off a corner over towards short. But a smart play, Chimmi will be droning out. She knows how exactly the setup has been executed by Rose. So the first contact of Chimmi peeking would be taking out the turret. Rose standing close towards the shot.
Alarm bot down.
Chimmi takes the alarm bot down. Is trying to make way into the bomb site. Puts the recon. A smart recon, but I think she's gonna put it in the shot. Yes, Rose's position is already revealed away, but Chimmi, she's smart enough not to push through the nano swarm. Rose takes some damage, down to 92 HP. All Chimmi has to do is take the turret down right now and look towards shot. Chimmi finding trouble, opening up to the turret.
Turret down.
Breaks the turret as well. 10 seconds left on the clock. Rose with a smart setup. Will she able to... I don't think Chimmi has time left. Yep. Chimmi absolutely runs out of time once again. Time is a huge factor. She fails to acknowledge that, and Rose will take every advantage and gets the round to herself. Second map, first round into the favor of Rose. A great beginning for her. And Chimmi, with the failed recon, she really didn't have much idea to push into the bomb site. But she didn't have drone. She knew the abilities. She broke all of the abilities. She didn't take any damage, but the fact that she was not able to get the spike planted down at the right time, now that's what costed her the first round. Second round begins. Rose patiently waiting for Chimmi to push, but this time we've got the turret way too upwards, over towards the heaven, down to 85 HP. Chimmi is trying to take the turret down, and she successfully does. She's waiting for the recon. She puts the recon, but she has absolutely no idea that Rose is over towards the gen, and Rose is smart. She gets away with it. Her position is not revealed away, and Chimmi, she has no idea where Rose is standing right now. She's gonna walk into the bomb site slowly, step after other. Rose, I think she already has an idea where Chimmi is. She spots her on site. She takes it down. Second round in the hands of Rose. A smart play coming in from her. I don't know if Chimmi missed out on the recon, or else it was just Rose being smart and she gets away with the drone as well as the recon. Either way, both the teams, both the players making the best of their plays. Chimmi trying to push towards mid this time. Okay, I mean, she could have gone from high mid, but middle also works. But if Rose also peeks Chimmi at the same time, then it can be a trouble. Chimmi might have the advantage. Anyway, Chimmi slowly trying to make her way from the mid. But if she gives out any sound, Rose quickly will have an idea of where Chimmi is pushing from. Chimmi pushes through mid, and she's slowly moving towards CT. CT to heaven. Rose has absolutely no idea up to what Chimmi can do. Chimmi clear outs garden for herself. She's clearing out heaven, and right now she gets spotted out by the turret as well. All that effort of backstabbing gone to waste, while Rose is holding off garden at the bomb site with her turret and the abilities. Chimmi going in for the drone, and Rose is trying to push through gardens. The stop comes in through. She drops down and she gave up the position, and Rose right now is just waiting Chimmi to walk into a process, and she definitely does. Once again, third round on board for Rose in the map of Ascent. A beautiful retake coming in from Rose. Although Chimmi tried her level best, I think she pushed. She got a great look. She knew where exactly Rose was standing, but the turret revealed a position which alerted Rose, and of course, Rose is a type of player who's going to clear out every angle. And she definitely did.
Turret out. Alarm bot out.
I should also appreciate the fact that Rose has unique and different setups every single round. And Chimmi,
Nice
she's got
and
that evil
easy.
chuckle right now on her face. A little devilish smile. But will she be a devil to Rose is my question. Rose, again playing out a basic game. Chimmi on the other hand, she breaks the turret on towards the A main. Well, if the turret is there, she should pretty much also figure out the fact that the alarm bot is also close and the drone comes through, and Chimmi, while she was droning, Rose is gonna push through it, gets the kill on towards Chimmi. Oh my god, Rose completely being a beast right now, taking all the advantages into her hands, bringing it down to the match point. Ladies and gentlemen, second map of second semi-finale with already a map in her bag. Rose is all confident. While the sides will be swapping, Rose is currently putting out a backstab setup as well. I don't think backstab is generally a necessary game. I think even Chimmi can push all the way from top mid and come from A main, but I'm quite not sure if that's what she wants to do. By the time she rotates, I think Rose can get a plant, so it's safe for her to stay in the bomb site itself. It's giving me deja vu chills how, you know, 4 rounds in the last map she was playing Vandal and Ghost and stuff, but right now she's picked up a Frenzy. And Rose currently, she has nothing but her abilities and a Ghost. She puts out the turret. She's trying to clear out the angle over towards the bomb site. Chimmi on the other hand, she cannot be visible. The moment she reveals a position, the turret is gonna do damage to her, and so is gonna Rose. Once she walks out, Rose spots out Chimmi's position. Chimmi puts a great recon, but that recon is not gonna be in the favor for Rose. The alarm bot will be coming in, and here we are, Chimmi getting taken down by Rose in the semi-finale. A clean sweep coming in from Rose. 5-0 is the scoreline. A great game, and I should say Chimmi, only if she paid a little more attention, she could have got this game. But Rose went down, suffocating down her to the throat with alarm bot on the right side and with the turret on the left side, leaving no space once again for Chimmi to work with. And that's how Masters do it, and that's how Rose did it with her KJ setup. An incredible KJ play coming in from Rose. Definitely we have to give it up for her imaginative and creative plays. And right now we are done with 2 semi-finales. Now there are 2 players who will be moving forward to the grand finale, and I believe that will be Baila and Rose. Rose so far has a great advantage, and of course with a great advantage of the rank as well, Immortal 2 in her hands, where Baila belongs to be just SNet. Let's quickly jump into the recap and have a look at how exactly Rose dominated Chimmi towards the series and throughout the map. Well, it all began with the first round where Rose went in for a pistol fight instead of playing it smart. And from that round, all Rose did was to have a greater position from Chimmi. And she had all the patience in the world to wait for Chimmi to push down to the bomb set. Chimmi definitely got multiple times spike planted, but the retake was marvelous coming in from Rose. And this was the last round where Chimmi had absolutely no other idea, but she was vulnerable and she was getting hit by turret, and of course her position was revealed away, which gave a great advantage for Rose to push down and get the last round into her favor. Well, that was the semi-finales, ladies and gentlemen. But right now I'll be going in for a break, and we'll meet you right back here with the grand finals. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the grand finale of AIMDUELS Series 4 exclusive Women's 1v1 tournament presented to you by GD Esports. And currently, we just got done with the 2 semi-finales, and we'll be heading into the grand finale where we already have our finalists, that is Rose as well as Baila, ready for the grand finale. Well, these players are fighting out for the prize pool of 5,000 rupees over here, and the first position will take away 4,000 rupees and the second position with 1,000 rupees in their hands. So the prize pool of 1,000 rupees already confirmed for both the finales, of course, even though if they're first or second. But the fight for the champion is more tough here, because the difference between the first prize and the second prize is a total of 3,000 rupees. And so far the day has been like this. The first semi-finale we had Kiiiriii go up against Baila, where Baila took away the victory, and in the second game of the semi-finale we had Rose go up against Chimmi, and she got the hard-fought victory straight up 2-0. Well, so far both the semi-finales were completely one-sided, 2-0, a clean victory. Now comes the real job, now comes the real deal, the grand finale, which is happening between Baila and Rose. Now, most importantly, I'm looking forward for the map veto. But what are the rules and regulations? Let's revise quickly for all of those who are watching right now and are new to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe to it. We've got Ascent, Bind, Breeze, Fracture, Icebox and Pearl to be in the map pool. We don't have Split, unfortunately. And moving forward in the game rules, the most important rule is that none of the players are allowed to use their ultimate despite of whatever agent they are choosing, although they can choose their abilities. And players should plant spike only on the selector side, which will be coming in the map veto. Of course, each player gets 1 technical timeout with a maximum of 3 minutes per match. And moving to the map veto, we saw Breeze, we saw Pearl, and we saw Bind and Ascent getting picked up so far. But the real deal comes in the grand finale. Let's again have a recap, and let's again have a look at our grand finale players. Immortal 2 Rose and Ascendant coming from Baila. Here is the map veto. We've got the first map to be the Icebox, second to be Bind, and third to be Breeze. Well, starting off with Icebox, we have Baila starting off with the defense, and from the attacker we got Rose. And in the Bind, we have Rose starting off with the defenders and Baila as the attacker. Now let's have a look at the first map, Icebox. Which bomb site is it going to be? I'm pretty much expecting the spike site to be A. Well, although okay, my predictions are right. There you go. It's going to be A bomb site coming in through. And from the map of Bind, we have the spike site coming to be B, because B is a very huge bomb site. If I'm not wrong, I'm expecting it to be B. Well, I'm not sure. I am like my fingers crossed, and whoa, I think it's just a miracle that these players are choosing the kind of sites that I am pretty much expecting them to be. And Breeze comes out to be one of the biggest maps, and Baila of course had her advantage in the B bomb site. And looking at the plays of Rose, I think she wouldn't mind playing either of the bomb sites, but since Baila already has an advantage, it could be the B spike side. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it is the spike side of B coming through the play right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're all set and ready to go into the grand finale, the first map of the series, Icebox. We are going live, ladies and gentlemen. Baila will be starting off with the defense and Rose on the attack. Will shortly. My predictions right now are highly set on Rose. Now, Rose is just not a player with the experience, but also she's got the rank. She's also got the type of plays. Well, let's move forward to the agent select. We've got the map of Icebox and the spike side to be A. So I'm really hoping that it should be, I think, Baila should go for TLS like she always does. And Rose, I think she definitely prefers going in for Sentinel. We've already seen Cage and Sage coming in from her hands. we are with the agent selects, Baila going in for a duelist again. It's gonna be Race and Rose choosing something really different. I was expecting her to go for Sentinel, but surprisingly she's chosen the Agent of Fade. Now this is quite actually not expected from Rose. I was expecting more of an aggressive play, but of course Fade, if it favors her, definitely why not. And Baila playing Race, not surprising for me because it's a very good agent, and a map like Icebox and the site like A, it just adds up to our advantage. And I think we're all ready to jump into the match. And my predictions are currently on Baila for this map because she has a duelist and of course highest damaging abilities to get the match into her favor. It's the map of Icebox. Smooth and cold. Well, I think, it certainly depends on how these players, approach towards the situation, because Rose over here is a player who depends more on aim, and Baila is someone who goes in for lurks, and Baila is someone who loves putting her ability play out. Rose slowly clearing out angles. Just gonna put the recon down. No one found. Close at least. Baila slowly going towards the heaven. There's enough time for Rose to get the plan. Rose spends the prowler out towards the bomb site, while Baila is holding off on towards the right side from the rafters. It should be quite risky for Rose to take a peek backside, but Rose pushes out to the backside, and I think Baila exactly has the idea where Rose is, but Rose with her aim, she's going to peek out to Baila, gets the first kill and also gets the spike planted down. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Rose taking away the first round in the grand finale of the first map. I think Baila, she didn't have much information to work with. Maybe if she pushed mid, she could have been in the backstab, so she doesn't have to worry. By the time she came through the lurk to the bomb set, the spike would have already been planted. So there's a very limited area only towards CT that she has to be taken care of. But Baila went in for the first pick of Rose. She knew Rose's position, yet she was waiting for Rose to take the first pick. A grenade put up to no use from Baila. A recon coming in through which will not spot Baila's position. Rose is on the advantage. She's on top right now. I think she saw Baila. I think she saw the pixel shot of Baila, but Baila is standing really close. A crawler going on towards the right side. She spots Rose out and she's gonna take a wide peek and takes Rose down. A very nail biting and interesting finale. 1-1 is the score line. Baila taking the revenge immediately and takes the round away from the hands of Rose. And I don't think it was actually a smart idea for Rose to, stand in open position or in an open area and then prowl. I think she should have at least taken cover. But again, she already has one round in her hand. And I mean, she barely had any abilities left after using the prowler. So she was trying to get as much as info as she can. Baila trying to go push for mid, but Rose is going for aim and push. She has absolutely no idea that Baila is going in for a backstab, and both of them are not sentinels, so they do not know if either of them push or lurk through them. Baila has already reached spawn, while Rose is still trying to gather intel on the bomb site. She's standing over towards the entrance. Rose is not watching the backstab. Baila slowly entering towards the bomb site. In the second Rose gets in her crosshair, she's gonna get that kill, and here we are. Master Lurker is the title I give for Baila. A very smart play coming in from her. Second round as well as in her favor. Well, not just Kiiiriii, but Rose is also buying the place of Baila. And now Rose has to get around. She has come so far with beautiful plays and a one-sided game, 5-0 and 4-1. Both the score lines look very aggressive on Rose. But if she keeps giving away until the end rounds for Baila, it's going to be tough for her on finale. Baila, super confident, puts down the nade, picks up a Marshall to my surprise. At this point, she's quite confident. Well, Baila's position has been revealed away. Rose is more confident than ever since Baila has a marshal in hand. Baila's gonna peek her out, but Rose is gonna take her before Baila, putting it out second round in the hands of Rose as well. Well, 1v1s are supposed to be intense, and they definitely are currently. I don't know why. Okay, Baila baited Rose by taking the first shot with Marshall, then she went back. She switched the weapon and came back, yet she couldn't get the fight in front of Rose. 2-2 is the scoreline. Even Stevens and the side swap will be coming right now. 2 rounds for both of the players to get into the match point. Well, Baila, now that she'll be attacking, I think it'll be easy for her, I believe, because all she has to do is put down a boom bot. I mean, she can also satchel into the bomb site or use her nade to clear the corners. Baila, a very early boom bot coming in through mid. Rose, on the other hand, she's holding off the bomb site. She puts down a recon. Not a really great one, but there you go. None of them are revealed, but Rose is also taking care of mid. Baila on the other hand being very active. She sees down, but Rose, the headshot accuracy is just
one dream ends.
Too good coming in from Rose's side. I think she's done her warm-up before she started the game. A clean aim fight. Rose takes it away, and Baila right now once again back to this drawing board. She has to be really careful. I mean, she made a lead, she got the scores equalized, but she shouldn't let Rose take away the advantage in the game right now. Although we're still in the first game of the grand finale, we've still got one more map to decide who is going into the deciders map. Rose, too early for her to peek, and Baila takes that opportunity as her advantage. 3-3. She gets that kill on towards Rose. Both the players are equally making mistakes, but sometimes in their opponent's favor, sometimes in their own favor. Well, so far it has been working out good for both the players, and I think it's a worthy grand finale to look out for. A very smart way of representing Icebox. Whoever is making snowman stop. A cute notice put up by one of the creators of Valorant maps. Rose looking out for a clean peek from Baila, and Baila is Baila almost walked into the crosses. I think Rose has already seen the position of where Baila is gonna walk from. She gives out a little peek down to 87 HP. Baila looks like she's in trouble right now. 76 HP, and who will get the match point is the question. While Rose is distracted, breaking the boom bot, she's gonna send out a prowler as well. Baila too smart. She already has crossed, and she's right now in backside, and Rose has absolutely no idea about this, and Baila has a good chance of getting her way to the match point, and she does. I don't know about teamwork, but Baila's strategies are looking very, very sharp when it comes to 1v1. Within seconds, she sneaks out from her enemy's eyes, and she's making that happen. And here we are, Baila. 4-3 scoreline, match point in hand. Well, it's all in the hands of Rose, what she does. Well, another cute way. Another cute it's a flyby observing. Great production also, W production. Huge cheers to GD Esports for organizing such tournaments for females to showcase their talents. It's a great platform for them. Baila slowly approaching towards A main. Rose already used her recon way too early. Baila has already made her way through the main, looking out for sharp corners. On the other hand, Rose is looking out for backstabs and pushes for CT. Baila, who made her way towards CT, I think to backside, she's gonna get the plant. Yep. Baila is shortly getting the plant. Rose, on the other hand, I think she gave the footstep sound away. Baila knows exactly where Rose will be coming in from. Baila goes for a fake plant. Rose has absolutely no idea where Baila is, but she Oh my god, Baila! Baila misses the shot.
30 seconds left.
Baila misses the spray. She gets panicked and unfortunately she gets taken down by Rose. Well, lucky Rose. Even though after position being revealed away, her aim being on spot, she gets the round. 4-4. It's going to be an overtime. A sudden death coming up for us. But just one round. Whoever wins this round gets the game in their hands. Simple as that.
Come on, let's
First map, Icebox. And we're already down to a close game and I'm just waiting for the second and third map. I want to see what kind of strategies both these players will be looking out for. Rose is holding a headshot handle. Baila on the other hand almost gets spotted out, but lucky that she didn't. She immediately fell back. Rose watching out mid. Rose is pushed up way towards the mid, and at this point Baila doesn't have any idea that Rose is actually playing for the backstab setup. But nope, Baila is gonna shortly go for the plant while Rose actually goes for the backstab, I guess. Or maybe she can just go and push towards C team whenever she hears the plant come through.
Grenade!
Baila is smart
30
and so
seconds
is
left.
Rose. The grenade comes through. The spike plant I think will be going down. Coming in from Baila. Rose
Spike planted.
pushing through CT and so does Baila. Both of them go on a aim duel. Holding Vandals. Rose does not check backside. It's gonna put her in trouble. She's going ring around in the bomb side. Baila crosshair is set. She gives her a position. Rose taps onto the bomb. There comes Baila. Rose did hear the sound, but there's absolutely very less time left. Baila missing all her shots off. I think Baila's position has been revealed away and she's being pulled. The spike is not been at least half diffused, and it's a great
Attackers
opportunity for
win.
Baila to take over that time, that position from Rose, and definitely gets the first map of the day in her hands. As I predicted, I was expecting with an agent like Raze, Baila to take the victory, and of course she definitely did. And I think the type of gameplay she used was more of lurk based, and of course as long as it's in her position, I think she can go ahead and do it. And all the lurks and all the peaks that Baila has taken were well calculated. Even though multiple times she had the position of Rose, she was just waiting to go on for the lurk. Let's have a quick recap of how the game went so far. It was a 5-4 nail-biting, very close match, and of course we had an overtime of one round for both the players when it went down to 4-4. First round, a great start from Rose, but slowly Baila started to pick up the pace. One round for Baila, one round for Rose, but Baila had most advantage when she was going in for the lurk. Beautiful lurk play coming in from her. 4 rounds, and the last one was quite not expected from Baila, but she did manage to do that. There was absolutely no time left for Rose to even get the defuse done, so either way Baila was winning the round, and she did it successfully. And I feel like sometimes you have to take time into the consideration. Well, Rose's previous opponent, I think Chimmi, she was also not paying attention to the spike plant, and this time Rose gets baited for the defusal of time left for her, and Baila takes the victory away. Well, that was map 1 for now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll meet you right back here with map 2 going live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the grand finale of AIMDUELS Series 4 1v1 exclusive women's Valorant tournament brought to you by GD Esports official. And currently, we just finished the first map of the grand finale where Baila took away the victory with her lurking skills. We have Rose versus Baila going up in the grand finale. 3 maps. The first map is done and dusted. 5-4 was the scoreline. Now we'll be heading into the second map. Let's have a look at the map veto in order to find what is the second map, and that's got to be map of bind. On the bomb side turned out to be P. Of course, I think we switched it down to the spike side, so it's more easy for you guys to understand. Where Rose will be starting off with the defense side right now, and from the attack we have Baila. Now, talking about agent picks, I think in the last one I was pretty much expecting a race come through, and if race was in the hands of Baila, she had quite an advantage, got that round easily with the boom bots and grenades, everything coming into the favor. But Rose, she went for the fade pick. Now that is what tensed me, because she was starting off with the defense. I was expecting her to go for a sentinel, which she didn't, surprisingly. So in the map of bind, at least I'm expecting a sentinel coming in from either of the players. Well, Baila, on the other hand, I think she might go for a duelist. I think it's very good if she goes for a duelist since she's attacking. As I said, a sentinel is a must and should for this round and for this map especially. We have Killjoy coming in from Rose, and as I said it, duelist coming in from Baila. Perfect for her playstyle and the best for her aim. We've got race locked coming in from Baila. And without any delay, I think we can jump into the game right now. But before that, let's quickly discuss the abilities we have from Killjoy and Race. Killjoy has the advantage with her nanoswarm grenades, with her turret positioning, and of course her alarm bot giving most of the positions away. And Baila, on the other hand, with her grenade boom bot, we saw the kind of satchel that she used to execute the rounds. So let's jump into the game, ladies and gentlemen. The one last game for queening, for crowning the victorious queen right now. Rose, all set and ready for the game, playing Killjoy. Baila as well, on the other hand, with Race. But if you're new to this channel, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, currently you're watching the grand finale of women's exclusive 1v1 tournament by GD Esports. If you want to look out for more tournaments, go ahead, subscribe GD Esports, follow us on our Instagram, and do tag us and mention your favorite team right now or favorite player who you are supporting right now. For me, I already believe that Baila has one map in her hands and already has taken the control. Rose, with her Killjoy setup, she has to absolutely bother about nothing. Her alarm bots gets triggered. She opens up a molly. The nanoswarm grenade buys her enough time to reposition herself. But since Rose's position is not revealed, she has nothing to worry about. Baila is finding the turret, and I don't think she is able to get it. Where exactly? She put down the grenade and she takes the turret down. A smart play coming in from her, clears out the corner. Baila, 25 seconds left on the clock. She has to take a jump from hookah, which is quite a risky one. She takes the jump slowly.
Swarm grenade out.
The nanoswarm grenade gets opened up. It takes away the HP of Baila. She's going for the plan. 9 seconds on the clock, 8 seconds on the clock. She doesn't know where Rose is. She's going in for the plan. She takes a white peek. This time she baits Rose, takes a white peek, and of course gets the kill in her hands. What an amazing game coming in from, what an amazing play coming in from Baila. This gave me deja vu feels of last game, Chimmi playing against Rose, where she was going in for fake plans, she was going in for white peaks, but Rose already had an advantage, so she was doing the most of it she can. In narrow areas like hookah, I think it gets the job easier for Rose to stop the push over there. So that's how she's gonna place a turret. Early boom bot coming in from Baila towards the hookah, I believe. But I don't think... Oh yes, it does spot out Rose. So right now Rose might have to fall back and Baila has to be really careful before she pushes hookah. And I think It's not Baila who pushes. It's Rose who's gonna give away her position. It's gonna be Rose who takes away
We're the
the
best.
initial fight. And here we are. Baila getting all the advantage run. 2 rounds already in her favor in the second map. Well, she already has 1 map in the bag, so I think within no time we might actually be seeing a match point from Baila if she keeps performing like this. Rose has chosen Killjoy, but there is still chance left for Rose to get the game in her hands. All she has to do is just play it passive, wait for the push of Baila, and Baila going in for smart plays. The boombot doesn't spot Rose out, and I think Rose goes for a wide pick once again, but this time she manages to take Baila down, leaving no space for Baila to work with, and here we are, 4th round in the hands of Rose. I think it was a smart play. Maybe if Rose waited till Baila pushed hookah and the alarm bot got triggered, I think that could have been an easy kill as well. But either way, Rose gets the round in her hands. Once again going in for a hookah aggressive setup right there, and a turret to watch out for long.
Time for a field test.
Now the surprising fact is Rose is going to play hookah again. Just right now she got the pick, and I think Baila can easily predict out that it's an easy opportunity for Baila to say that Rose might be playing hookah again, but just a little different. She's playing right outside hookah. The alarm bot comes through, spots a position of Baila, and Rose, she's trying to push hookah, and Baila is walking straight back into her trap, and there you are. Rose spots Baila out and traps her in and lures her in. 2 rounds for Rose, 2 rounds for Baila. Exactly like how it was going in Icebox. An intense game, close quartered. Well, I think Baila was also trying to push hookah very often, so maybe she should try something different, like going in for long, push through long. It's going to be a side swap coming in for both the players. Rose over towards long and Baila over towards hookah. It's smart that Rose is not actually going for the hookah push, because Baila has abilities like boombot and grenade, which she can instantly do damage for Rose.
Find the leverage,
so
and wedge it open.
It's better that Rose plays it very calm, mostly aim based, like how she's been doing so far in the tournament. Rose running too long. I think Baila already heard Rose pushing through long. She puts out an aggressive turret. She's waiting for Baila's peek from hookah. The turret will not spot Baila out. Instead, Rose gets spotted out. Rose takes a dink down to 77 HP. Baila goes in for the reload. A nanoswarm grenade comes through, but it's not gonna be of great job. She puts down the grenade and Rose takes huge amount of damage through that. Baila taking down the turret as well. A 1v1 situation. She goes in for a fake plant. Baila puts down a satchel. She's not gonna come out of the nest. Let the cat out of the bag. He's the Rose's quickly over here. But Baila, she's gonna stand where she is. She's gonna make Rose overthink. And yes, Rose definitely did. She shouldn't have gone for the pick. She could have just gotten a plant in the back set when she knew that Baila was clearly in hookah. But anyway, Baila, great defensive first round for her. 3 rounds in a pocket and 1 more round until she gets the match point. Baila, ascendant rank. She started out her match against Kiiiriii. She went all hail luck play against her. Both the players going in for a straight 1v1 fight, but Baila, she gives her position off a little bit. Rose takes the boombot down and doesn't get damaged from the paint shells. Rose down to 95 HP and Baila down to 50 HP. Baila at a very risky angle right now. She's waiting for Rose to push down. A nanoswarm grenade comes through and there's nothing that Baila could do. Rose completely traps her in with a perfect combination of nanoswarm grenade, turret, and of course her standing in the hookah. 3-3 scoreline, a close game coming in through. We slowly see Rose pushing towards the long in the beginning. A Vandal by coming in for both the players, so I think it will be easy for them to go for AIMDUELS now since it's a rifle. And a full buy coming in for both of them.
Bomb buddy out.
Rose going in for early picks, I guess. Or maybe not. Rose trying to push hookah. Baila spots her out. She puts the grenade in Rose. It's too late before she runs away. A smart play coming in from Baila. Takes Rose down. 4-3 is the scoreline. An amazing game. Amazing, I think, thought process. Yes, that definitely is in favor for Baila. 3-4 right now. Baila picks out the AWP, the operator in her hand. Now this is something interesting to watch because Baila goes in for the fight very fair and well, but Rose has an advantage since he crouches or does multiple, like, peeks, which makes her to be smart. But Baila, I think, change of decisions. She's picked up a Vandal instead of an operator now that she put her paint shell. Rose has no problem to push through hookah. But Baila's got her aim set. She's gonna jump down into the bomb site. Rose made her way through the hookah. And now she has to watch over for elbow. Baila down to 70 HP. And Rose down to very less HP. One shot and Baila can take Rose down. This will be the victory for Baila. She's slowly pushing towards the bomb side. Gets the spike planted down. She knows where exactly Rose is standing. And Rose... what happened? Rose takes a wide pick, gets the kill, gets the headshot on towards Baila. Well, Baila had a satchel in her hand. I think it was a glitch, or I think she misclicked. And unfortunately, she couldn't get that round. She couldn't finish the kill. And Rose clutches it out with just 20 HP in her hand. With an overtime coming into the play, 4-4 score, and it's a sudden death. One round for both the players, and of course, this is the round. This is the time for Baila to prove herself. Baila immediately picking up Vandal. I think she's gonna go for an aggressive push from hookah, I believe.
Let's start this party.
And Rose, on the other hand, is all set ready to take the fight against Baila. The round starts. The last round of the second map. Rose goes out for the peek.
Grenade.
Finds nobody. Baila is gonna put that grenade. She's going in for the peek, and she definitely does. She gives some damage to Rose. She's immediately gonna fall back while Rose is trying to go behind. Baila takes a wide peek. It's down to 62 HP. Now she's gonna satchel, go back into the side. On the other hand, Rose trying to push hookah. Nanoswarm grenade to delay if there was Baila standing over there. Rose puts out her turret back again, just like she does. Goes for the push a little bit. Baila is not gonna buy that. She's not gonna buy that Rose has jumped because Rose anyway has to push. Through her crosshair, she spots Rose out, but Rose takes down her 5th round, and of course the victory point coming in for Rose. That means first map went into the favor of Baila, second map going into the favor of Rose. Here we are, one round, one match for both the players. Looks like this is the grand finale, and of course the hype is real. Both the players playing it out. It's a best of 3 series. We've got one game currently the favor towards Baila, one towards Rose, and I think we'll be heading into the map 3 very soon. And I'm really looking forward for map 3 because the game has come so far so close that only one can be the champion. And I think before we go down to the last map of the grand finale, I'll be taking a short break. Go ahead, grab the popcorn and come back to the desk because I'll be right back after a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, AIMDUELS Series 4 1v1 an exclusive women's tournament is back in action after a short break. Let's have a quick recap of what happened in the last game, and I believe that that is what is going to lead us to the deciders map. The second map of Bind was full of surprises coming from both the players. It started out by the first round going to the victory of Baila, of course, known for her lurking plays. She's got quite a good grab on her hands in terms of rounds. She knew where exactly Rose was pushing, but once Rose started shining, she became a knight in shining armor. She made her setups throughout hookah. She absolutely gave no space for Baila to work with, and of course her aim being an advantage to the game, it just got easy for Rose to pick up rounds after all, one and over again and again. But Baila had her some unfortunate situations where I think she missed the wrong button, or it was not a weapon in her hand, and unfortunately she had to give that round and that map away into the hands of Rose. Well, first map went into the hands of Baila and second to the Rose. Let's quickly head into the map veto and see which map do we have for the deciders map of the grand finale, and that is going to be the map of Breeze and the bomb side B. We've seen Breeze in the first match of today when Baila was going up against Kiiiriii. She picked up Phoenix and she was quite confident with her plays. Baila already has an advantage 5-4 first map in her bag, and so does Rose. Well, I haven't seen Rose play Breeze so far, but I'm expecting her to go out on a Cypher plays, just like how Kiiiriii did. And this time I'm looking for something aggressive coming in from Rose. And coming to Baila, on the other hand, her aggression is actually making a difference right now for her in the grand finale. It's not the rank that matters, it's the patience, it's about all the calculations you make before a push, and so far it's been working perfectly well for both the players. And I think we're all set and ready for the agent pick, where Rose will be starting off on the defending side in the map of Breeze, and Baila will be starting on the side of attacking. If any predictions, I think Baila will go for a duelist again. Hopefully this time, I believe Phoenix, because it has worked out very well for her. Last time she was playing Breeze and got her a victory. And talking about Rose, she can either go for an initiator, since she's more like a passive player, or she can go something like duelist by herself as well. But nope, I think Rose has her decisions already made up in her mind. That is got to be Killjoy coming to the play, ladies and gentlemen. Rose and her aggressive. Every time she picked up Killjoy, I think she has had the victory over towards her side, and I think the win percentage definitely marks up to her performance. Let's quickly jump to the game and the map of Breeze. Baila picking up Cypher. Now that's quite a surprise, because I've only watched her play initiator or a duelist. Cypher, a sentinel, is definitely going to be a huge question mark over here for me. It's going to be a Cypher game, and with Baila plays, I don't know what kind of aggression has she got sorted out for this game. Rose, on the other hand, she's got her turret set up close towards the first lane. Baila traps her backstab. Rose is not really a kind of player who would go for backstab and gets the job done, but Baila is totally invested and is focused on the backstabs. Now that she's trying to push through mid, there's an alarm bot over there and her position can be easily revealed, but nope, she instead goes in for a smart play. The turret spotted her out to the mid, but will Baila peek? Nope, I think she's going for CT. Yes, she's pushed towards the CT and she's slowly making her way towards the backside. But Rose, she spots her out. She has exactly the position of Baila. But Rose is smart enough as well. She pushes forward, she goes down to the main. She has her abilities and utilities playing out for her on the bomb side. Now when Baila goes for a spike plant, that's when Rose is gonna react, I believe. Rose cannot go for backstab or rotate through mid, because there is a tripwire over towards a shot. 9 seconds left on the clock. She's going in for pick, and she definitely does. Baila gets the first round of the last map in the grand finale A very smart play once again. She puts a trap so that Rose does not get the idea to rotate, because the second that she breaks the trap is the second Baila knows the position and she will just push through the A main. And she managed to get through her turret, her alarm bot and all her grenades. And I think Baila so far is just doing a great job, and I think she'll be pushing up mid towards again. Or maybe she can just put a tripwire and push A. Rose puts 2 nanoswarm grenades on the first lane. We've got her turret way too aggressively positioned over towards the A main. Slow peeks by Baila. I think she's already been spotted out by the turret. At the right time, Rose opens up the nanoswarm grenade. Another cage comes through, but that cage definitely has a hole, which will give an advantage for Rose to take Baila down. 1-1 is a score, and I think there was an immediate answer back from Rose to Baila that this is not happening. This is the grand finale. We ought to play out of our standards, and that's what exactly giving the best is the main goal. The potential they have has to be unleashed, and I think this is a great platform for them to do it. Baila, with losing last round, I think she'll be focusing more on the aim fight rather than just the push. And Rose, with already a very perfect setup, I think all she has to do is just wait for Baila to come to the site and plant. I mean, she can take a fight before that. I don't think that would be an issue. Rose holding off towards broken wall. Baila trying to clear out every single position. And I think she's gonna use the cam to her advantage. That's a smart move because she knows where exactly the turret is. She spots the turret out, and I think she's going to break the turret, but meanwhile the fight already begins. Baila's position has been revealed. She takes the turret down. She also has her cage open with barely any time left, but Rose is gonna walk into the crosses of Baila, and Baila will get the second round into her hands as well.
Like there is no tomorrow.
Rose had time factor in her hand. She had nanoswarms she could work with. She had multiple factor or favor towards her. Baila had to come to the spike plant and get the spike planted, but nope. Just a second before Rose went for the white pick. Unfortunately, she does not get the advantage to win the round, and so does Baila take that advantage away. And here we are, round number 4. Baila trips for the backstab at the elbow. Such a close angle coming in from Rose. If it's Cypher versus KJ, KJ should obviously have the upper advantage. She puts out the cam. She knows where Rose is standing. Rose goes for a white pick. She spots Baila out and she sprays her down and she gets the pick. A beautiful idea of Rose to go for a white pick instead of actually running back to mid or towards CT. Even though like she got spotted, she didn't take quite some damage from I think the turret. Baila, nice defense setup by Rose, but I think Baila right now has a bigger job to do. But a smart thing that is Sentinel on a defense could give you advantages, and she's putting tripwires of course in the bomb site itself. Well, Rose was pretty much holding off the bomb sites with the turret itself. Round number 5.
Placing alarm bot.
Rose puts down the alarm bot, slowly trying to push towards A main, and Baila already has her camera on. She spots out Rose. She puts on her cage. Rose slowly entering the bomb site. I think she's gonna take an aim fight. Honestly, when she enters the bomb site, that is when her trip could be getting activated. So Baila will go for a peek, but Rose won't take the chance. And out of some grenade. Jump coming in through Rose. Baila is here over towards the first lane. Is her camera still there? Nope, I don't think her camera is still there. It's been already taken. Baila's position has been revealed away. Rose putting out an nanoswarm grenade. Is barely even expecting her to push. Baila, she has to take a white pick. No spike plans coming in from Rose whatsoever. And I think she's trying to play smart and she goes to the first lane. She spots Baila out, takes her down. 3 rounds in the favor of Rose. I think that took a lot of patience because if Rose went for the plant, I don't think she would have probably, expected Baila over there. The second she took plan, Baila could have rotated towards backside or else, could have repositioned herself. But Rose did a smart play, I guess. 6th round, and now this round will tell us actually who might have the lead. And I believe Rose is down to just 1 round before going into that match point in her hands. I think Baila is gonna do something unique. She might be the one pushing through the mid this time because the tripwire is already over towards the A main, and I think it's just been broken, so she's just going to. What? Baila tries to take down the turret and she takes Rose as well instead. That collateral. Oh my god, that was the most unexpected thing because Baila was the one who put up the cage up in the first place and she was trying to take the turret out, but since Rose barely had any HP and she doesn't know the position of where Baila was, she got sprayed down and taken down as well. 3-3 is the scoreline. These are the pros and cons of having, a turret or a ability of your own which might actually backfire you. In this case, Baila
Alarm bot out.
had a cage which pretty much backfired her in a way or so, but anyway, at the end of the race she got the round and that is what matters right now. Who will get the first MVP is my question. I think Baila has a good chance since her lurking skills are too good right now, and Rose, she is trying her level best as well. Rose does a homely ground setup over towards A main.
Camera taken out.
She's waiting for Baila to come out, while Rose on the other hand takes the camera down.
Wait a moment.
Doesn't need absolutely no surveillance. Baila goes in for the spray, confirms the spray, gets the kill on towards Rose as well. I think the turret was faced towards the B-bomb set, that's why Baila didn't get spotted out, I believe. I think it's just a 188-degree radius, so I guess that makes sense. 4th round on board for Baila. She's on match point and Rose is just waiting for her time to rise and shine.
This goes here.
A couple of mistakes coming in from Rose's side. I think she can take care of them if she well executes the round. Alarm bot coming in from the play. Baila has an op. She's waiting for her to push, and of course Rose will walk straight into the crosses of Baila, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, that is the grand finals. Here we are over at GD Esports, AIMDUELS Series 4 1v1 exclusive women's tournament, one of the very first Valorant 1v1 female tournaments with a prize pool of 5,000 rupees. We finished our semi-finale today. We came down all the way to the grand finals with a close fight of 2-1 is the score line. And here we have the winner, Baila, walking away with the victory and the cash prize of 4,000 rupees in her hand. I mean, before, like I would say, till the grand finale that will be happening on the 21st January. It's an open for all tournament. Female gamers, male gamers, everyone can include yourself with the prize pool of 10,000 Indian rupees. So far, we had the 1v1 series level up to 5,000 rupees prize pool, but now we have increased that to 10,000 rupees with 128 slots in the hands of us. And I think it will be a great opportunity for you guys to show off your talents, to execute. And ladies, if you've missed an opportunity to play, if you missed the registration for this tournament, don't worry, go ahead and register for the next ones. I think we'll update all the needed registration links on our socials, so follow GD Esports official on Instagram and subscribe to us on the YouTube channel for more tournaments and for more updates. And I think we have come down to the end of the grand finale, and I should say thank you GD Esports for giving me this opportunity to be the female caster for the female tournament. And of course the players, they played out very well, and huge kudos to AIMDUELS series for performing out so well. We've just finished the AIMDUELS Series 4, a women's exclusive 1v1 tournament, and I think with this it comes to an end. AIMDUELS Series 4 was an amazing tournament. We started off from group stages, brought down to the last 4 players, who played I think a best of 3 series of 2 games, and I think that's how we came to the grand finale. Baila versus Rose. Baila, a beautiful game and a victory in her hands. So that was it for AIMDUELS Series 4, and I think we'll see you in AIMDUELS Series 5. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining the stream. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to us. We'll see you back at AIMDUELS Series 5.